Hey guys, and welcome to the crypto world. Before this video starts, we would like to tell you that we are not a financial advisors and this is not a financial advice. So before investing any money, please do your own research. That being said, to the video now. Today we got for a new play to earn game, The Lost Throne. And so, let us introduce you to the project. The Lost Throne's key elements. The community defines NFT assets and application scenarios. Magic World gene expansions to diversity the look of NFTs. Multiple high-quality card games based on NFTs and the token system, together with SDKs, will be gradually made available to external developers, enabling the development of limitless application scenarios for NFTs on the platform. The governance token, CP Crystal Powder, permits stakeholders' rights to share the value of the Lost Throne metaverse IP through DAO and decide the TLT metaverse's destiny. Users may stake and regulate the ecosystem of TLT by voting as the sole evidence of game ownership. 70% of all in-game fee money and public resource production is also paid to CP holders based on their share of CP owned. DD Dream Dust is the gaming token that allows players to share and create their creations. DD is the currency that players get by winning the game. It may be used to make shining cards and open fresh card packs. The DD earnings are based on the MMR value after playing in ranked matches, and the MMR value provided by shining cards is the primary source of profit for players. Let's talk about the gameplay. In Throne World, a player is a supreme commander, and the card represents a devoted general or soldier. Players on both sides will utilize a deck of at least 50 cards and up to 80 cards to separate into 3 groups on the crisscross battlefield, break through the opponent's direction, attack the opponent's life, and eventually win the game. Both participants begin the game using the legal deck types they have chosen beforehand. Replace the first hand with a technical way. In their respective rounds, players on both sides of the fight will add the top card to their hand and select whether or not to play. Summon their cards. Each card has its own set of effects, such as lives, attacks, money consumption, and technology requirements, among others, and may be used to perform card effects. If it is a biological card, you must also choose the appropriate 2 rows and 5 columns on the battlefield to produce a successful fighting configuration. Each party follows its action sequence during the combat phase, and each actionable card takes turns making one lawful attack. Repeat the preceding steps until at least one of the players returns to 0 or fulfills additional win requirements, at which point the game is over, and the game's rules are as follows. Players turn cards from their hands to perform powerful spells or summon savage minions to fight on their behalf in TLT, a turn-based strategy game. The game is played between 2 human players or between 1 human and an artificial intelligence computer opponent. According to the rules, players may generally summon their minions onto the battlefield up to 3 times during each action phase, as long as the cards are used to fulfill the tech requirement and the player has sufficient mana. With one of the summon skills, the player could summon the minions without the need to spend any mana crystals. The tech requirement for a free summoning, on the other hand, remains in place. At any point throughout the combat phase, players may pick a unit capable of attacking and drag it onto the target they want to attack to perform an attack. The rules of a counterattack are as follows. In TLT, melee minions were limited to attacking only other melee troops. A counterattack will be launched by the card that was attacked. The attack value of the card is used to calculate the counterattack damage. When long-range minions attack melee troops, no damage will be dealt with. Let's talk about the TCG play-to-earn platform. Players who complete daily tasks will be awarded DD tokens. PvP combat victors who have dazzling cards in their gaming deck will be awarded DD tokens if they have won the fight. In addition to DD rewards, each winning player participating in the ranking receives DD earnings based on their PvP MMR. TLT will develop the first 2 PvP modules. To develop the platform ecosystem, the company will progressively unlock a range of NFT application scenarios, such as adventure and farm modes. Following that, new game modules and gameplay will be made available to the public via community voting. At the same time, we will bring in other developers and provide them with access to SDKs to construct new application scenarios for us. To the Tokenomics, 2 items are related to the Throne of the Lost. CP is the equity and governance token of the TLT ecosystem, and the sole means of proving ownership in the game itself. In addition, DD is the in-game economic token of TLT that players earn by achieving success in the game itself. CP Crystal Powder. CP Crystal Powder. CP is the TLT ecosystem's equity and governance token, as well as the game's sole ownership evidence. It contains value accrual processes, a finite supply, in-game usefulness, and manages how the Throne Treasury money is distributed. Users must give liquidity to the CPBNB liquidity pool to show ownership of the game and participate in TLT's play-to-earn scheme. Users must furnish and stake liquidity equal to 12 OCP at the start. The actual value of the liquidity tokens may fluctuate over time, and the amount of liquidity required to play TLT may be altered via governance. TLT generates money by selling newly minted card NFTs on TLT Marketplace and collecting transaction fees from player-to-player transactions on TLT Marketplace. The fees collected are a mix of BNB and CP, with 30% going to the developer wallet and 70% allocated proportionately as yield to the CP stake pool and CPBNB liquidity stake pool. The Throne Treasury has been given 60% of the overall supply of CP. Once released, 40% of this supply will be unlocked the following year, with the amount unlocked each year after that decreasing by 25%. Governance has an impact on the funds in the Throne Treasury. Initially, 30% of the Throne Treasury's emission will be distributed as a staking incentive to CP holders, with the remaining 70% reserved for distribution to high-performing players in regular tournaments. These proportions are subject to alteration as a result of governance. The battlefield. The game's battleground is organized into 4 rows and 5 columns for more straightforward navigation. Players on both sides of the battlefield take up half of the available space. Row. The game's battlefield is divided into 2 sections, the front row, rear row. Long-range troops are only attacked when they are in the rear row. Column. On the battlefield, there are 5 columns of soldiers. 3 of the 5 are referred to as roads. There are 3 roads, the left side road, the right side road, and the central road. They are referred to as side roads and central roads, respectively. The players may only direct their minions to attack their opponents through these 3 routes. Other components. The mana crystal resource bar is located on the left side of the battlefield. The tech circle is located next to the mana crystals. Each block in the circle signifies that the player has a matching color technology. The player's avatar, health, and deck are shown underneath the technological circle. The avatar's health is indicated in the bottom right corner. From left to right, the section in the center of the battlefield depicts an overview of the current round, the particular phase, and the activities by selling carried out. Hand, grave, void, and end phase buttons are located on the right side of the battlefield, from top to bottom. Card characteristics. The technology requirement and mana cost are listed in the top left corner of the card. The number in the circle represents the fee incurred during the summoning. The color blocks show the technological need around the circle. The mana cost is 4, and the tech required is a level 3 blue tech, as indicated in the image. The kind of card is shown in the top right corner of the card. In the game, there are 3 sorts of cards. The sword and shield symbol denotes the melee unit. The bow and arrow sign represents the ranged unit, and if there is no sign, it is a spell card. The words beneath the name on the left side of the card reflect the card's classes. As the illustration implies, the Dylan Lionheart's classes are Royal, General, Aaron, and so on. The card's characteristics are shown by the indications below the type on the right side of the card. Attacking characteristics like Smash and First Strike, minion types like a hero and regular, effects like armor, block, and obtuse, essential features like gigantic. The most significant component of a card is the text described in the main text panel. Red, blue, and green are the 3 fundamental sorts of impacts. The trigger effect is red, the active effect is blue, and the static effect is green. The left and right circles at the bottom of the card indicate this card's attack and defensive values. The rarity of the card is indicated at the bottom of the card. Alright people, if you enjoyed this video then please leave it a big like and subscribe to our channel. We will see you on the next video, and until then, thank you for watching.